So, you're probably wondering what a guy like me is doing in a place like this. Well, every story has a beginning. It was November 1929 when I bought my first newspaper. It was a rag. I'd never run a newspaper before, but that was just a detail. All you gotta do is stick to the rules. And rule number one is you have to print every Sunday. First up, I hired myself some fancy telegraph operators to listen out for the lowdown. Ha! It was electric.
Whoa, we got one! But oh boy, it's a felony!
Thank God for felonies! Let's go get 'em, people! I sent my bestest reporter, Rose. But nothing comes easy, right? Damn it, Rose got roughed up again? That's another 3 days sick leave. Gee, some people get paid for doing nothing around here. Still, I was prepared to do whatever it took to bring you the news, even if I got on the wrong side of the mafia. 'Cause all the time I had it in my mind, we gotta print every Sunday. So, I hired myself the best team of copywriters, picture editors, and fancy pants designers money could buy. I was a runaway success. I ruled. And you want to know my secret? Well, I care about my team. I do. Gotta give them all the comforts they need. Keep them refreshed. Make it all nice and cozy. A home from home. And maybe even pamper them a little bit. Which is important, because they don't get to go home a whole lot. Unless it's permanent! Hold the front page! You call that grammar? Nobody works sloppy on my watch! You're fired! As one reporter returned, I'd send out another. Sports reports, politics, entertainment, whatever it was, we had it covered. The world was our news story. Nothing was out of bounds, just as long as they were all back in time to print every Sunday. Getting to this point hasn't been easy. Attacks come in all shapes and sizes. But I'm protected by the most professional of lawyers, whose friendship with the mayor does not compromise them or me in any way. And of course, the world's best security firms. In 3 years, I became the most influential newspaper in the whole region. Now, I am the news! What? It's Sunday already? Well, what are you waiting for? Let's print this!
Hello everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to our live stream. Good to have you back. I'm Bart,
I'm Robert.
and we're going to play a bit of News Tower for you, answer some questions you may have.
I think we can jump right into it, right? I think some people have already. Oh yeah.
Right, so what you just witnessed was our very cool trailer made by Publisher in memory of Sylvan. We hope you like the trailer. I mean, let's just play a bit and explain a bit. We've been working quite hard since the beta. Maybe some of you guys played it.
I'm really curious what people will think of our new additions.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start a new game with the introduction, just in case people have no idea what the game is about, right? Without?
Yeah, let's do that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Right.
Michael?
Right. Then let's do a new game without the introduction.
Yeah. If any of you has any question about what we're doing, don't hesitate to ask. We'll pause right away.
Exactly.
And try to explain.
We also have Air in the chat, which is our Discord mogul, so she can also answer a lot of questions you guys might have. So don't be afraid to ask away.
Loading.
We've also gotten a lot of comments that the skyline is really nice, so thank you for that. So we have a small introduction here. Now we can just name our newspaper.
Yeah,
So
any ideas?
what will you do? What should we do?
I'm asking the chat.
Maybe if someone
What should we call our
has a fun
newspaper?
newspaper name.
Anybody?
Let's hope the stream delay isn't a lot.
All right, so
One option is the New York Times. Well,
the New York
The New York
That's
Times, very
yeah,
original,
yeah,
very
yeah.
original. Let's do it.
funny. Sure, let's roll with it.
Perfect.
Stream delay newspaper. Yeah, better.
Nice. That would have been actually really good. Okay, so
Yeah, all right, so what you see now is just an empty tower. We're opting for no introduction. Yeah, so we might as well start with setting up a basic production chain here.
sure thing. So when you start your newspaper business, the first thing you really want to do is start with a reporter desk, of course, because reporters are actually the ones that you send away for news. So let's see if we can just grab someone here. What do you think is a good pick?
I like, I don't know, John Kent. It's kind of a appealing name.
John
Yeah,
Kent.
Let's roll with it.
Right, let's grab him.
I guess he needs some light.
Ooh, he needs some light. So what you want to do is make sure that all your employees are nice and cozy in order to perform well on their tasks, which is very important in News Tower. Otherwise, people will get upset with you. So we also need like an access point to receive news. And one of the things to do that is to use the telegraphing station here. So the telegrapher will actually research and come up with leads for us to follow on. So same story here. I think I'll just grab Mabel. Sure thing. So she's
Yeah, so
searching news now.
Maybe, you know, start, yeah, she's looking for news. Maybe show the globe and we can explain how this mechanic works. So yeah, you see the little light bulb over there. It reflects the same light bulb as the one in your tower. And the more you see there are still empty spots available there, the more telegraphing stations you build, the more news you can research simultaneously. So yeah, almost done here. Yeah, oh, cheating.
Well, it's in
know.
game, so
We're the developers, so we get bored quite fast, so we use fast forward a lot. Right. Oh, what do you do?
So I've already clicked the
Oh,
news item,
yeah.
but there's something else that we need to make sure of, which is that our reporters can actually do the news that we are getting. So right now,
Right,
this is
yeah.
a society and politics story, and probably this reporter that we just assigned to this task is not up for this task. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna quickly put another one down.
Yeah, so Jay Muccello asks only 3 light bulbs. Yeah, good find. Yeah, we changed it. It used to be 6 from the get-go. It's 3 now, and you can get 3 more on the zone map. We thought
Exactly.
We thought it was a bit much in the beginning, hoarding through all of the news that appears on the globe.
Yeah.
So that's why we opted for 3.
It was pretty overwhelming for some players to manage all that incoming news. Okay, so here you have like where it's all about. So this is a news item, and it's actually quite an interesting one because we immediately have to choose a path to approach the story of Capitol Fire. So we can either go outside U.S. Capitol or go to the damage office. So outside the U.S. Capitol is more of a society approach, and the damage office is more of a political approach. What shall we do? I think we go for political, right? That would be maybe
sure,
interesting.
I'm feeling very left wing today. Let's
Yeah?
do it, yeah.
Okay, so we can just grab Frances here and just drop her right on the story card. As you can see, we now have chosen this path.
Are you okay, Senator?
Well, I mean, if there's a Capitol fire, you know, gotta make sure that everybody's alright. We need better rules against smoking inside, says Senator. Aye.
Yes. Oh, they're making a mess. Well, we'll get to that later.
Yeah. So right now we've sent one of our reporters out, and she's off to report on the news. So once she comes back, we need to make sure that we process whatever they bring back, which are reports. And we can do that here. So this is the actual production line that comes after the globe. So it goes into the typesetting desk, and from the typesetting desk you go into an assembly desk. And after the assembly desk, the article is ready to be printed. So what we want to do now is grab a typesetting desk here. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, put it here somewhere. And of course this also needs someone. So let's grab Bill, I guess. Right there. And finally the assembly table as well. And unfortunately I don't really have anyone that has already a bonus skill point into the skill that I want.
Well, you could use the reroll button there.
Exactly.
For a small fee.
Yeah. So $100.
Doesn't really matter now, to be honest.
No, we have a lot of money, so let's just
do it.
roll with it. And as
Otherwise,
you can
we
see,
still have cheat codes, which we're not gonna tell you guys.
no way. That's
Should we get stuck, we can always opt for
exactly. Okay, so these guys also need
the
lights.
dark side.
So let's just do this. So let's check on our report, shall we? Okay, so he's already working on the report, so it was already brought back. And one change that we did, I don't know if people have noticed already, is that reporters no longer have to like walk all the way from off screen into the tower,
Right.
which takes a lot of time. And
There's one coming. No. Oh.
no, that's just a random taxi.
Yeah, so they take a cab now, which has changed for the beta.
Yeah.
Because we found out that it took them a very long time sometimes to walk all the way back to your production chain.
Yeah. This also really helps with like the time estimations as well. That was much more in line into what you would expect. So every little bit
Yeah.
helps.
Also, I mean, realism. Who walks to what was the news? New Orleans?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Nobody's gonna walk to New Orleans, so yeah.
Or maybe if they power walk, they can get there quite fast. I don't know. So let's see. We also have like an additional story coming in right here. So our telegrapher is on a roll here. Ooh, interesting. Deadliest aviation accident in US. So this is also a split path, but we can also choose a mode of travel. Let's check this out.
Yeah, so this mechanic we will be expanding on in early access. It's a bit undercooked. I even noticed now the word Zeppelin is
Don't mind this,
being
folks.
word wrapped, but yeah, that kind of shows that there's still some work there.
So what shall we pick? So we just, I think we have enough money to just
Yeah,
let's grab
sure.
the plane, right? So that's an extra 12 hours off of the reporting time. So let's see. So reporting on news is all about these shiny tags you see here. So
not the Hindenburg. Yeah, yeah, it's a big risk. Yeah.
yeah. So what you want to do is actually, I think this one would be more lucrative to pursue. So I'm just gonna throw frenzies on here.
Waste an explosive stuff.
Let's see. I do get
Oh,
sloppy
yes,
reporting.
already. Yeah,
That's not good.
yeah, so okay, maybe it's good to dive into the employees and how they're feeling in your tower. If they're not happy with their environment, can you maybe show the view of the environment? Because
Oh, yeah,
this
sure.
is maybe the most bare bones office somebody ever worked in. So yeah, so you see here everything is yellow. There's lots of paper lying on the ground. They don't like that, and so their motivation drops. They get sloppy. And if they get sloppy, they may make mistakes, spelling mistakes, whatever, and that hampers your newspaper sales, which you'll find out later.
Exactly.
So a big part of the game is to try to optimize your layout so that your employees feel good.
Exactly.
Yeah. And well, I don't know, maybe it's too soon, but if there are some people in the watching right now that played the beta, one thing we've changed, for instance, is the salary. You can make them more resilient to a bad workplace. Maybe you can show?
Sure. Let's grab Bill here. So if you go here, well, I think you can explain.
Yeah, so right now by default they're on an average salary. And I mean, if you overpay them, they get more tolerant towards their environment. And you see the blue dollar sign He's overpaid. It's going to cost you a bit more, but you can get away with the environment being a little worse. Also, the other direction, you can underpay them, and if you've really optimized your tower, you can get away with. It's cheaper that way.
Yeah, it's much cheaper. It's like $50 cheaper from the base price.
Yeah.
So let's just leave him here then. That's maybe interesting to just let it play out, right?
Yeah.
So maybe now is a good time to like maybe minimize a little bit of this.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So these yellow indicators, they indicate what's wrong at that point, and if you click on them, you get directed to what you can do about it. There's not that much we have to do, can do right now, but later in the game you get more stuff to place. Right now we've got a trash can for the trash. Yeah, let's put it there. Also new from the beta, you can place them under the desk. It was a request we had a couple of times, so yeah, we liked that. We implemented it.
Yep. It was one of the most liked comments we had as feedback.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, it's logical, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm also noticing that we didn't even connect like the floor.
Oh, right.
So that's maybe also a good entry point to show you how to do that. So there's multiple ways to do that. So you have like the little entrance doorway here, and as like the cursor already says, like you can already drag from here to where you want, and it's always like diagonal, so you can just opt to either side here. Or you can just grab like the stairs card here and just drop it in. It also snaps in place, so just to make your life a little bit easier. This also doesn't mean that you can only place stairs that are connected with other stairs. So let's say I do this. I've seen people being confused about that. So let's just get that out of the way. So if I place another stairs here, I can actually just do this. So this is a second connection. You can also do this. And you can also like fit them straighter on top of each other instead of like a diagonal path, in case people would want that. But for now, that's not really necessary. So we're just gonna leave it like this.
Maybe do something about the noise also. And
Yes.
we're good to go.
We got one question. If you start 2 runs, will you have the same news in the same order?
No, actually.
Nope.
It's quite involved, the system behind it. So it's always different. But right now, and we're still wanting to expand on that, the thing that will be the same, we're going to change that in early access, is the quest lines you can play. So for instance, the Mafia, he will offer you the same assignments in the same order, and some of these assignments involve the same news, but other than that, it's very dynamic. So no playthrough will be the same, except some of the news that really happened in that time, of course, is tied to certain periods. So and we want to keep that accuracy.
Yeah. Okay, so in order to fix like the noise here, so this is like a telegrapher, so they make noise like to receive the news. So we can place like an acoustic panel here which counters noise for just $50, so that's pretty good. And as you can see, like it just deletes all of the noise problems here. So that's great.
Yeah.
But there's
tinnitus for Mabel. Yeah.
Also still pretty feeling pretty down on the lock. So
but you're in pause now. Also, one thing we changed, I think after the beta, it's a little bit more clear when you're in pause. It's flashing there, because we ourselves had some trouble with that sometimes even. And if you play the game, you'll notice quite quickly that pause is an essential part of the game if you want to manage and get all your goals within the deadline. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna. Oh yes. Well, we're missing. Wait. We're missing the most important thing of the game. Well, let's do it.
Of course. So let's see. I think we can add it on the floor, right? Or what do we want to place here?
We could. I mean, yeah.
I think you guys also know like what we're missing, but it's only 2,500. So let's just do this. So the one thing we're missing, obviously, is like the printer. which is an essential part of the newspaper production process. You have a printer input, output, and page modules. So let me just place this right here. So what you want to do is you get one page to print on your printer per page module. So if you later on want to expand your newspaper, you need to place an additional page module. So right now, shall we just start with 2? Or shall we just start with 1?
Yeah, I say 2, you know, because, you know, what is a newspaper with 1 page? It's not really a newspaper.
Exactly, my thoughts. There we go.
Maybe 2.
One extra question on the salary. Do they also work harder?
Kinda, yeah. Interesting. They work better. They work
Yeah.
faster. Like if their concentration level is kind of the metric we use to indicate how happy they are. If that's high, they will perform better because their level. Yeah. So can you show the arrows, the levels?
Yeah.
So yeah, here you see the typesetting skill, which he's employed to do right now. He has 1, but it's flashing red. It's because he's not really happy. He's losing a level there. The higher the level he has, the faster he will work. So yes, they will work better. But you know, if you play it smart and they're already at their max like concentration, you may be able to still pay them a bit less, and they will perform the same.
Yeah. So how should we go about fixing this?
I say leave him, you know, let him just boil in it for a while.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, we're overpaying him, so
yeah, I
he's
mean, and
gonna deal
also
with
the
it.
game's in pause, so he's not like changing at this point.
That is true. So there's once again a lot of noise here, so let's just get rid of this. So you can place a wall or a wall with door. Let's just see if we can just place a wall with door here. That's already significantly lower than what it used to be, and we can maybe get rid of the rest of this with like an acoustic panel for the noise and for the heat. So there's different stats in this comfort mechanic that you need to take care of. They're indicated here like with the icons for clarity. So let's see. So the air vent helps for heat, and we can also even place a small fan to completely eliminate the noise here. And there's one more thing that we've changed on this mechanic, and that is that we also have like effects inside the room that now also go through like the sectioned areas, right?
Yeah, we've improved it a bit.
Yeah.
It's a
so
bit.
if we actually hang things in this room now, it actually affects things on the other side as well, which is not how it worked before.
Yeah. It should be a bit better. It's not perfect yet, but we're getting there.
Yeah. Your feedback would help a lot in this.
Of course. Maybe we should just, you know, roll out a newspaper and, you know, get some more stuff in.
Yeah, good idea. So there's one more article that's in progress. We're not going to make this one.
Another question is, how challenging is the game and how easy is it to go bankrupt?
I see. So question, how challenging is the game and how easy is it to go bankrupt? Well, I mean, it's always easy to go bankrupt, of course. Just buy groceries. No. I don't know. For us, it's very hard to tell. Like for us, it's not that difficult, but we've seen new players having quite some difficulty. We're still tuning it a lot. We're looking at all of your playthroughs and balancing the game. So yeah, how difficult is it? I don't know. Maybe you can answer that, Robert. To be honest, I have no clue.
Yeah, that's I don't really know actually.
You know, when you've been working on something for a very long time, it's very hard to like get into the mindset of a new player and feel what it's like to play the game. So yeah, I'd say. Well, I can say we're aiming at least for like the early gameplay to be a bit forgiving, you know, so you can chill, and then later on, of course, it should be a bit more challenging. But on the other hand, we're also trying to keep the overall vibe of the game quite mellow. So
Yeah.
you're always fighting against the clock, but if you choose to be play a bit mellow, then that should be possible.
Exactly.
If you really want to play it hardcore, that also should be possible. So I don't know if that's helpful.
Yep. And of course the game will get progressively harder the more you progress in the game, but that's a given, right? That's also what you expect of these types of games. So
Legend has it of the unbeatable alpha. It used to be.
Yeah, well, the beta was way too difficult. We found out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So that already shows like that us as developers, we're having a very hard time judging.
Exactly.
If it's easy or
But that's
not.
also the reason why we did the closed beta, right?
Of course,
to just see how people feel and how it plays. So your feedback helped a lot. Let's keep it at that. Okay, so we actually only have like one finished article, which is totally fine, I guess. So we're just gonna.
It's gonna be an empty.
Yeah. Well, at least we have above the fold, so nobody can see that the rest is empty.
So everything you place on the above the fold spot, it's like the front page, will get doubled in value. Maybe for maybe new people, we explain what makes the sales at this point. So you see on the Capital Fire, there's a little icon. It's a politics icon. We call those tags. Every tag gives you sales. So we have one bronze tag, which you can see in the middle there. It gives you 1,000 sales. And every newspaper is worth 20 cents right now. So we're earning $400 this week. Because the other article, it's not finished yet, so we can't place it. It's still gonna take a while. Yeah, we were talking too much and forgot to play.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
It's an experience talking about the game and playing at the same time. It's interesting. Okay, so we are actually at our deadline, so we have no choice but to print now. So let's see. So we have all the paper we need. So we only need 20 paper for this single article print. Printer's complete. Everything is good.
Yeah.
Let's just roll with it.
Let's roll it. Right.
There it is, Capital Fire.
Politics doesn't have to be boring.
I mean, yeah.
I agree.
I agree, yeah. Okay, so these are our earnings. So we only made $400, but we did have like 2,000 loose sales, so that's good.
Yeah, and the rest will,
I think
will
the
come
rest
along.
will
we'll explain it as we go. Yeah.
Because now it's pretty.
Maybe it's a good moment to talk about the music, because we had a question from Lillian on YouTube who said that the music was very beautiful.
Well, Lillian, thank you for the compliment. That means a lot. So the music you hear is composed mainly by me. I was a jazz musician in a past life. I still am actually, but so I wrote when I came to work here. Jan Mate, who's not sitting here right now, he's behind the scenes, but he told me about this idea and that it played in the 30s in New York, and I was like, okay, right, we've got to do jazz on this, and I'm a jazz nerd, because that was really the era of swing and big band music. So I kind of pushed through on that, and then Stefan, the owner of Sparrow Night games, he liked the idea and he was like, yeah, let's just record an album for the game. So we did, and that was during COVID. So we actually got one of the best, let's say, small big bands in the Netherlands called the New Cool Collective to record it with us, which was really an honor to hear them play the music I wrote. And I think they did a great job. And they really nailed it in one studio day. And then we recorded it, and I think we recorded it in already almost 3 years ago. It was 2021, I believe. And that's it basically. Well, also a funny thing, like there are like two types of tracks in the game. It's really the tunes with drums and stuff, and then and they play in the beginning. It's more like an ambient thing. We wanted to have like a kind of an increase in the intensity during the week, like. you reach, the closer you get to Sunday, the more intense the music becomes. And so you always start out with like a very chill, mellow vibe. Those songs aren't really composed; they're just like free improvisations based on the tunes. So that was really cool to hear them do as well. So yeah, but thanks. Really nice to hear that people like the music, because you know when we recorded, I was kind of afraid, like, ooh, all those horns and stuff, like maybe people are gonna think it's annoying, or you know. But yeah, I haven't heard that yet, so I'm glad jazz is still appreciated by the community, by the gamers.
I think it's great.
Right. So, we're gonna show that. What?
No.
Oh.
Just say.
Yeah,
that it's
right. So we also recorded a little behind the scenes video when we recorded it, the music, which will come later. So stay tuned on our channels. You know, if you're not on our Discord yet, maybe check it out. Do we have a link to our Discord in the? It will definitely be posted there.
Yep.
And you can talk to us, and we reply. So. Right, and yeah, just gonna shamelessly plug while we're on the music, we got a supporter pack coming up, which you can you know buy to support us even more, and you get the music in like lossless format with nice art thingy with it, and really support us some extra if you really like what we're doing. Can I like maybe hint on the fine? There are rumors that there may even be a vinyl release of the music, but I'm not gonna say anything more than that.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, right. So maybe explain what you're doing here.
So this is where we are, and of course, to become the most influential newspaper, we actually have to influence people. So this is like an overview of New York, and we can choose where to expand our business. So we have three options here: Bayonne, Wall Street,
let's go.
Or Williamsburg.
Yeah, let's go for that because we unlock the mafia afterwards.
Sure thing. So this asks crime and sports. So we have to print crime and sports to unlock this, and then we unlock other things attached to it. So let's take a look here. So crime and sports. So what we can do now on this globe is we can actually prioritize the news that we want to find with these buttons here. So I'm just gonna hit prioritize crime and prioritize sports. And we have 8 items left in the pool to research. So if everything works out, then Mabel will actually find us the crime and sports articles that we need to place.
See, one thing, So you see now they're working and they're creating, you know, they're very trashy. They're creating a lot of trash. So maybe we can expand our workforce a bit, because those
Definitely.
trash cans aren't gonna
Empty themselves, indeed.
exactly.
Yeah, so that's where utility comes in. So right here, we have like a little sweeping station, which employs sweeping. So let's just place it right here.
Yeah.
And let's say, okay, let's pick Edna, because she's actually good for the job. And if everything works out, she will empty our trash bins.
And you know, trash just magically sticks to the bin and is gone like that.
It's perfect. It's all I've ever wanted.
Okay, so maybe we can also build another telegrapher, or maybe just put them all 3 down, because an important aspect of the game is getting through your news quite quickly early on,
Exactly.
so to make sure it's finished in time.
Exactly, yes. So I'll just grab this.
If they're all
this
really
story first.
unhappy, why?
Yeah. Well, we're about to fix that, so don't worry about that. So let's do what you said. So let's just grab some more telegraphing stations right here. Boom. So now we are at full capacity. So any more telegraphing stations, like we already said, can be unlocked on the map somewhere. So let's just negate the noise here with an additional panel, and let's see if we can hire some people here. So Helen is very good. And since we don't have that much money anymore, so I'm just gonna grab, even though she doesn't have a starting point in the skill, it's fine.
So I'm seeing in the comments, the guy on the right has been heartbroken for 50 minutes straight. Yeah, but the game was in pause, so it's
Exactly.
not progressing there.
Yeah.
So now
There it is.
Yeah.
So now he's actually feeling quite healthy and happy. But I see another thing is that one of the reporters is not in the green zone. So what you
Right.
want to do is, if a reporter or any other employee feels discomfort, he has to be in the green areas to regenerate that discomfort. So it's always a good idea to not just negate like discomfort, but also to add positive comfort. So let's take a look here. And I see we don't have like a clock here. And as we've already noticed in the closed beta and everything, clocks are the most overpowered item in the game.
Yes,
so,
but we did change that. Like it is not. It's
That's
still
true, that's
good
true,
to
that's
know
true.
the time, but you know, not that good anymore. It makes less sense now to hang multiple clocks, for instance. We cut down on that a bit.
so
But one clock, yeah, never hurts.
exactly. So the effect of clocks like diminishes the more clocks you place in a section. So what you actually want to do is vary between objects often, so you get the most out of all the comfort you can get. So this is fine. Just have one clock here. Everybody's happy and chipper. So let's go. I also see that we have more news here now, so that's good. And now we already have like one crime story, which is busy, but we don't have a sports item yet. And right here, I can see
So-
that we have 2 sports options.
I'm actually not sure if that's new. I think it is since the beta version, the in-drawer icon. I don't think we had that in the beta. And I've also seen some people play that didn't quite understand what it represents.
True.
So
That
we
is true.
noticed, like when playing, yeah, we'll explain that later. That sometimes it's you want to know what am I already working on, what do I still have to gather. So the black in drawer icon there on the crime indicates like you are working on an item that has crime. It's in your drawer.
Yeah.
So you can quickly see. You don't have to remember everything that you're working on. You can see like, okay, I got that one. Let's move on to the next one.
Exactly. And this is actually like the drawer that we mean. So it's like the side drawer where all your items end up. And I also see that people want to see more decorations, so we will be working on that soon. Let's just see if we can get our sports story going first. So we actually have like Williamsburg covered. So John Kent, let's send you out. And we should be good now for at least for the district that we've chosen.
Yeah.
And after this print run, we can maybe show a bigger tower. There's
Yeah.
the same
Of course, yes. So
Maybe, yeah. One thing, maybe explain the dismiss. If there's one thing that really hurt us at the beta was the dismiss. Like a lot of people did not understand that mechanic, and that also made the game much more difficult to play because you have to make room for new research. Like for instance, if we don't, can you click back to the globe? So.
yes. Oh, you
Yeah,
mean
right.
with this or not?
No, one, yeah. So you see the 3 lamps now. It's because all of those telegraphing stations, they have their line of communication open. So then you can report on the news. But sometimes you want to make room for new research. So you have to like close that line and dismiss that item, which becomes essential later on in the game because there's a limit of 6 telegraphers and. Yeah, so maybe show. Yeah, that was one thing during the beta. Lots of people did not get that, and because of that, they weren't able to reach their goals, which was a shame.
Yep.
So we did our best to make it more intuitive. We added a message. If you click next to the so it really explains.
Yeah. If you already know this, you can just don't show this message again, and you won't see it anymore.
Yeah.
But this basically hints like, okay, if this is not a story you're looking for, you can just hit dismiss here. And then the telegrapher frees up to find more news, which you actually want to search for. Yeah. So even though it's sports, we're just gonna do it just to show people. So right now the telegrapher is idle again, and they can actually start researching other news, which we just freed up. So yeah.
So yeah,
those are actually
the telegrapher is busy while the reporter is working is one of the illogical part of the game. Well, I think there are plenty more, but
exactly.
Yeah and no, like I kind of see it like they're talking to the reporter that's on the location, something like that. That's how I justify it to myself.
True, but there's also more of a technical reason why. which is we used to have it like the other way around. So you just have telegraphers continually searching for news. But the problem with that, and the reason why we chose to do it this way, is because people will get overwhelmed by all of the news items that appear on the globe. So I started this pool with like, I don't know, 9 items to research, and you have like 9 items here. And what people tend to do if they see something as big as this, they immediately want to hire more reporters, more stuff, and whatever, just to keep up with the demand of all the news items, which is very overwhelming. So that's why we chose to do it this way, which is way more streamlined.
This is interesting, yeah. So a new game mechanic that will be at Early Access Launch in 2 weeks. Breaking news teller, and we've removed this from the area map because it kind of did nothing there, and right now it pops up sometimes with important news, and yeah, well, let's show what happens.
Sure thing.
You have to act. Yeah, just play it, and I'll. Yeah, so breaking news, act fast. So there's now new news on the globe with the sparks there. That only stays there for a short while. So you gotta act fast on it, and that may require you to cancel something you've already been doing. In this case, I think that we gotta hire a new.
I have to hire someone else.
Let's do it. Hire somebody else.
Because I have to do both these story files at the same time in order to make the time. So we only have one person with the economy. So let's just do that quickly. So let's grab another reporter, plop it down.
I think it was economy. Yeah.
It was economy. Yeah. So let's just put this, and now we can immediately start on this. So let's see. We'll send Mary here, and John Kent is almost ready. So I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit, just so we can have him. Boom.
Right. And another thing to explain: once they're in, you're good. Like it's 16 hours, but they will be able to finish the item.
Yeah.
And then we reach the little flame there. And yeah, maybe fast forward this.
Exactly. So let's see what happens.
Right. So economy is this week's hot topic.
Hell yeah.
So everybody likes to talk about economy this week now, and which means every economy tag you print gets doubled in value. So
which is very, very nice.
Yeah. So and depending on where you are in the game and the other stuff you got going on, it may or may not be a good option. You know, maybe the mafia is asking something from you and it's not compatible and you skip it, or maybe you find a way to combine all of it and get maximum sales.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna grab, even though it's Thursday, I'm probably not gonna make it, but let's give it a little shot, right?
Yeah. So get the economy.
This is impossible to get, but it's totally fine. So we're already at the end of this week. So let's see what we have.
Cyril, je krijgt de groetjes. Shout out to Cyril, our cameraman, which we're very grateful. Or behind the scenes man. Wow, that's a lot of flames.
Let him get the recognition users. So
don't worry, your newspaper will not be lit on fire. So it's just an animation.
Yeah. So we can actually choose to like complete Williamsburg here.
Yeah.
But we could also like place 3 economy stories for extra double in value. Let's see just how much of a difference that is. So let's say I would print these. It would be 1100. So what would actually happen if I did this?
I don't think that's not finished yet.
Right.
Yeah. I think this is the best you can do. Oh, you still have a bit of time. No, you're not gonna make it. So maybe for new yeah, you're losing. No, it's more. It's more. Yeah.
It is more.
Yeah.
It is actually more worthwhile, but I do lose a crime for Williamsburg.
Well, we're gonna show you another tower anyway, right? So maybe
send it.
Roll the press.
Roll the press. No, that's not
Record sales.
terrible.
Love
It's not super great, but so
Those quotes can get quite philosophical.
but it's fun. It's great. So we actually get like influence points here from
Right.
this, from record
Yeah.
sales and from the district. So we skipped this earlier. Let's just quickly go over this, and we can go to the new tower. So we've completed Williamsburg, which is also extra influence points. This is our expenses. We already know this. Bill leveled up.
Right. Should I?
Yeah,
So,
and after this we can show a big tower and then.
yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So So question we've had a lot is what is the game actually? What's the price point gonna be of the game? Well, we're gonna tell you right now. So the full release of the game will be $19.99, and the early access has a 10% discount, so it's gonna be $17.99, and this is in euros. Yeah. So there you have it. Right. Yeah. Shall we maybe then now save this game and show a little bit of a bigger tower?
Yeah, sure.
Do we have one actually stored?
Not really sure actually. We could take a look.
I'm actually not sure either.
If not, we can always just I can just rush through things.
Yeah,
if,
sure.
If it's
Yeah,
needed.
yeah,
It's no biggie. So let's see. Load game. We do have this one, which is
Yeah,
our
it's the
own
other
save game, and I don't think we have
Oh,
a.
the New York Times.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the autosave.
yeah, but
I don't think we have a big one.
can you see the playtime on this autosave?
Yes, they're all pretty low.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So we forgot to prepare this one.
Well, we go back in.
See what.
It's okay. It's okay.
Will there be regional pricing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. All right. So make something nice.
Let's do it. Let's. Now you guys can see how developers play this game.
Yeah.
This is going to be wild. So hang on.
Oh yeah. Well, this is interesting.
And
To explain
somebody
this
asked
question.
why the icon was on fire.
Yeah, so the icon was on fire because we reported on the breaking news story and finished it in time. And so every tag that is on fire is double in value
Yep.
for that week. So it really pays off to collect them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also can come at an unpredictable time, so you cannot really tell like when the breaking news comes in,
Yeah.
which sort of makes sense, right? Because it's breaking news, it's all at
Yeah.
once. It can just and if you're lucky, this could actually like complement your choices on the map, you know.
Yeah.
And if not, you actually have like a choice to make. Like, okay, shall I just pursue all the hot topic tags this week, or shall I just complete like the district, or in this case the NPC or the mafia quests, or what they're bidding, you know?
Yeah.
So we're actually gonna do this, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Let's just pick this. So we cannot print any politics this week, and if we don't, we get 4 influence points
Yeah,
and some money.
Yeah, so maybe accept this and explain what we can do actually with the influence points.
Yes. So right now we have 3 influence points. So what you want to do is to expand your business correctly, you can go to all of these little shops here, and they all have different things that you can unlock for your news tower. So,
Yeah.
for example, you could go to the ad agency here to actually unlock processing of ads.
Yeah.
So we actually place this a little bit closer and more noticeable for people. So if you want to check out some ads, you can do it right here. For example, if you want to expand on printer pages, you can find that right here. So this is page module 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Also has a lot of buffs for your production line, which is very nice if you really want to max that out. And
Yeah.
there's also like vanity stuff, right? So you have like comfort items that you can place, like the medium plant here, hanging
Yeah.
clocks, and all these kind of goodies.
Yeah, and the 3 extra telegraphing stations there at the radio tower.
Yes,
Down to the left.
exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody asked how do the hot topics work when you put them also on the 2 times spot? Is it like 2 times 2 times?
Good question.
That's a good
Not sure. I'll have to look into that.
Oh boy. Okay, let's see. So where should we go?
Let's continue. Let's just play.
Okay, let's just go hard mode and let's go immediately for like a hard district.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
So we have a lot of tags here, and they're all secondary tags. I've also seen some confusion about that as well in streams and stuff. And you don't really get reporters that can directly have a skill for, like, for example, tragic or gruesome.
Yeah.
So these are secondary tags, which means that they belong to a greater group of tags, like the common tags, that you know, the categories.
So it's like either crime, economy, society. If you hover on them, you see where they
these
they will
things.
appear.
So exactly like you said, you can just hover over them and you can see where they can be discovered in what kind of news.
Yeah.
So we have like 8 types of news here, probably with overlap, of course. So this is crime society. And I'm probably gonna have to put like maybe all of them on it, or none of them at all, because it doesn't really matter, because we have a lot of different
you've
things.
picked quite a difficult one from now already. But yeah, those buttons he's clicking right now, they just click them.
It's
so
literally
clicking
everything.
them all is the same as clicking nothing.
Exactly.
So
it's exactly the same.
But these buttons actually tell your telegraphers to prioritize to look for news in a certain category, and they will appear earlier, which may be beneficial because time is very limited.
Exactly. There's also another thing here. Some news can have like objects in them, and these objects you can place in your tower to either buff or cause other effects for your employees and stuff. And one misconception I've seen going around is that if you don't do this item, you will never be able to get this object, which is not true.
No. So don't fear. Don't have FOMO on the objects. They will reappear.
Yeah.
Or maybe they won't. I mean, we're not gonna tell you.
Okay, for the late people that tune in, just a small 1 minute.
Yeah.
What is the game? What is News
So
Tower?
yeah, what is News Tower? A News Tower is a tycoon game about managing a newspaper business in the 1930s in the city of New York.
Yep.
And so it is, it's managing, building your tower, managing employees, but also it's finding news and reporting on it, editing the news, designing a newspaper, finding interesting combinations. Working for lobbyists, printing maybe propaganda for them, and we try to give the player the feeling that they have a say in the history, so to speak, of the world at that time, which was an interesting time, just following the Great Depression and, of course, World War II, the leading up to World War II. I hope that answers your question. Yeah, so
There we go. Okay. I think
It's,
I'm fully prepared to
yeah, sure.
actually start, so I'm gonna take it off pause and we're gonna see what happens. So our telegraphers will immediately start searching for news.
maybe does anybody have to go to the toilet yet?
I was just thinking that exactly. Let's just check it out here real quick.
Yeah.
So this
So-
is
Right.
something I really want to have to deal with. So we have employee needs here. So we have to make sure that all the employees can get some water, some food, and of course relieve themselves. So let's see if I can cram this toilet right here without causing too much discomfort for the rest of my production line, which is possible, of course. So this is very smelly. So first of all, I'll probably it comes
loaded.
it comes loaded with smell. So
Right.
it's great. So let's just start off with sectioning this off, which is already very beneficial. And let's see. So a sink is very good. And of course people have to wash their hands.
People have to be able to look at themselves.
Exactly.
And maybe in a little air vent. Yeah. So also wallpapers sometimes really help in a certain. Same goes for the printer. Maybe you can show that one, because the printer is really hard to negate, to make green, which maybe it's not even always possible. but you can use a wallpaper for that too, like the industrial one. You see, it really helps. So
It is, however,
experiment.
300. I'll just take it.
Quite expensive.
It's fine. And we can actually take a look at this later to maybe get rid of all this noise here.
Yeah.
Will there be an elevator?
Yes.
Definitely,
Yes,
definitely.
there is an elevator. It's an upgrade you can get on the map we just showed you. Yeah.
There we go. So we have an actual functioning toilet.
Yeah.
So
Jim and Challenge asked if is paper more costly than in the demo?
So is paper more costly than in the demo? Yes, it is. Actually, all of the items you can buy are a little bit more expensive.
Yes.
We kind of felt that you know we needed to make stuff a little bit more expensive, make it a little bit more challenging, because there was once you grow a bit, you know, you have 3 pages, you get over a certain threshold, and money just starts coming in, and there was too little to spend it on. So yeah, we've upped the cost a bit.
So this is interesting. So right here, I have a choice between a heartbreaking story and a gruesome story.
And we need both, right?
We need both.
Yeah.
But what I could do is maybe think about which of these types of items will be most likely to find in other news. And I don't think I can really determine this. We do our
No
out of crime
anymore.
items,
So
but they
I
both appear in crime.
Right.
So I'm just gonna make a wild guess here and say that gruesome will appear somewhere else. And I'm just gonna grab the society one. And our other telegraphers will also finish up. Let's take a look here. So this is actually one that I really need. This is statistics, and it's pretty early on in the week, so that's good.
Gotta grab that.
Gotta grab that indeed. But we have a chance of sloppy reporting
I'm willing to take it.
because its concentration is low. So I'd rather grab Mary here, which doesn't have that
Yeah.
for this one. And now we actually need someone with society, which is Francis, but she is still reporting out. So
21 hours. That's still doable, right?
it is, but not for the task I've chosen, maybe. So I'm just gonna grab another
Hire
one.
somebody else.
Hire somebody else. Why not, right? So it was society. So let's put that on. And let's take a look here. Not this one. It was a choice. This one.
Yeah.
Let's put Helen on that. So we should be able to get this easily.
Yeah.
Let's take a look here. So here, maybe I miscalculated because now we get another tragic.
Right.
Unfortunate, but it's no biggie. We'll just grab this when it comes up.
Yeah. Maybe build another clock.
Of course.
Right.
So we didn't want to print any politics, by the way. So which is also something we need to look out for. So we don't need. And there's also another thing that people I've seen people not do. In the case of like these kinds of news items, so you have multiple story files, and all of these story files will generate its own sub item. So if I go here, for example, this one. So we have 2 sub items here. Let's say one of these happened to be like the politics, which I was not able to print according to the mafia. I can actually opt to just trash just that part of the story. Yeah. Get rid of that politics, and you can still print the rest of the item and still satisfy the mafia.
Yeah. So if you hover on the little strip there, you see the top one. Now it highlights the society icon, and the other part of the story is that. So
yeah.
And they correspond exactly. They map onto the files in which we showed earlier in the book.
Yep.
Which sometimes, and it can even be a viable strategy, like say there's one of these sub-items that's not finished in time, but you really need those other tags, you can just trash it, like, okay, we're gonna run this story without the background or whatever. And then you might still be able to get it.
We do need a lot of society, huh? Wow. And a lamp. I'm just trying to speed this up a little bit so we can quickly go to like more interesting gameplay. Let's see. We'll just grab this. There we go.
Yeah, fast forward a bit. So yeah, by the way, Robert is using shortcut keys.
Yes.
So it's not like
Yeah.
yeah.
So you can basically find all the shortcuts like as hints in the UI.
Yeah.
You can also rebind them if you want to something else entirely. For now, it's just the default right now is hold right. So if you just hold the right key, you can also fast forward without having to like click here.
Yeah.
But I'm just using the keys now because I want to speed things up a little bit.
Right. Yeah. So that's one thing we've also changed since the beta. That blue, if you go back, can you close it for?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Well now, yeah, it's not. But, if you didn't do anything, the blue indicator there, it stays there right now. We've changed that.
Oh,
so
Yep.
people used to forget, like it was pretty difficult to like, oh, I still need to work on this item. But it's very hard to keep track of it. So those blue suitcases that get you back, they will stick around until you've done something, which we think works a lot better.
Okay, this one was empty, so I want these two now. So if new story, just economics, which is totally not what I need.
So we just, yeah.
We
exactly.
just dismiss it. Boom, boom,
Oh.
boom.
Whoa. Oh, that. Entertainment, we don't need it.
Getting a lot of
We
entertainment
don't
there.
need it.
Do we actually have? Oh, we have 2 more items. That's gonna be.
Right, yeah, so this is going to be the last print run we do, and then, because our time is running a bit short, then we're going to recap for a bit, and yeah, that will end the stream. So if anybody still has any questions, feel free to ask. We're more than happy to answer.
So there's one problem.
You should have gone for the gruesome.
I should have gone
Yeah,
for the gruesome.
well, yeah. Well, also one thing we've changed, by the way, since the beta, which is, well, people that already played the demo, they've already seen it. It's not that big of a deal that we didn't get the gruesome, because we can replay the district the next month, and what we already had, it will stick around. So it's not as rootless as it was before.
Exactly.
During the beta, right, we would have failed Long Island completely. You've had to redo it completely, and now it's better. But if you do get it in one time, you will gain bonus points in the influence points.
Yep.
So it is still advisable to try, at least, but it's not as bad if you fail.
So last things I'm gonna show, not this, is the buffing.
Oh yeah.
So we have some items also on the map that you can get. You can actually buff like the stations you have in the tower, your employees that work on them. So right now I just have like a little globe here which buffs telegraphing and society. So all the reporters that have the society skills will be able to get buffed by this, which happens to be like 3 of our 4 reporters here. This one isn't. So this is a reporter that doesn't have the society skill. So I can buff all of the other ones by just placing objects here. And now
so
they're buffed.
Yeah, so their level they have, the higher their level, the faster they work, and it's a combination of, you know, placing items like that, which you can get a lot more of on the map we showed you, but also they gain experience the more they work, and it's like a combination of these 2 things. So it really helps to, you know, keep somebody employed, give it a lot of tasks, it will go up, and then if you combine that with the objects, you can max them out, and they'll be fast.
Yep, exactly. So that's what you want to do.
One question is, will there be advertisement in early access?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
And well, there will be also, during one of the updates, that will get way cooler, and also the news, because in our first, is it the first? No, second. Actually, not sure. We will introduce photos, illustrations, stuff like that, and they can really spice up your newspaper.
Exactly.
That's going to be really awesome. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Because right now it's all text, but it's not going to stay like that. I think it's one of the cooler upgrades we're going to do. It really
click
really
maybe
looks
on the
amazing.
That's exactly what I want to do. So if you wanted to do ads, when we release in early access, the place to do ads here is right here. So this is like the ad agency, which is right here. So if you go here on the map, you can reach this point, And if you get the sales desk unlocked, you can actually do ads.
Yep.
So unfortunately, we won't be showing it now, but that's where you can find it, and that's where you can experiment with it. It's a lot of fun, trust me.
it's also since the beta, it has been redesigned completely the way it worked. It's not in the demo, but you will find out at the release. It's better the way it is now.
If you fire someone, will that person be hireable again later on? That's actually a fun suggestion. But
That is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean,
If they're gone, they're gone.
yeah, I mean, it will be a bit like, a bit sad if they come to work. I would personally, if I was fired, I would not come back to that company, right?
True. There's another thing that we forgot to show, which is also brand new and nobody has seen before, except for like the people that are playing the latest version. We have wall signs.
Oh,
So
right,
you have two types. You have the wall sign or the ceiling sign, and with this you can really personalize like little rooms that you have. So
Yeah.
let's see. We have some reporters here.
Yeah, while you
let's,
do that, I'll answer the question.
Sure.
Are there AI competitors? Sorry, well, it's a good question. At this point, not yet, but there will be during early access. So yeah, we've obviously thought about it, and we have some ideas, but we cannot dive into it too much at this point. But yes, expect there to be later. Yeah, so we're spicing up. Welcome, right? Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Right? So you can really personalize your tower. And there's also one more personalization thing that you can do, is you can actually rename employees,
Yeah.
which I've already seen some people do. It's really quite fun and nice. And yeah, their dedication to your cause is astonishing, as you can see right here. they're willing to change their name on your behalf for your newspaper. So yeah, so have fun with that. It's
May
pretty cool.
actually be helpful if you have lots of employees by recognizing them a bit easier. You know, there's some value there, even gameplay wise, I think.
yeah, definitely. Right, so I think we're we're ready to go, I think. So we have this very juicy one with a silver statistic. So silver is like 2,000 sales. So we're gonna definitely put this on the times too.
Right, yeah, that's a lot.
okay, somebody asked only. Yeah, okay, the name is too
Vul
simple.
maar gewoon.
When you try to unlock a district, you have to do a challenge. If you don't make it the first try, do you get the bonus again if you do it the second try?
No. The bonus is really for acing it. Yeah. You do get a little influence when you complete them, but you get more influence if you do it in one go. So there's definitely an advantage in trying to ace it. Yeah. But I mean, don't worry if you don't ace it. Sometimes the game is about, you know, making these kind of decisions, like not, you know, letting something be in order to gain something else. I think that's one of the more interesting parts of the game, is finding those intersections between all of the different stuff that's going on. Okay, yeah. Money.
I thought let's pink stripe the place, right?
Right, yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's very cozy.
So we have not a
Yeah.
problem with just paper. We
Yeah,
also we also increased like the the detriment of this. So you actually get quite a fine now.
Yeah, we haven't even showed like the resupply or anything like that.
True.
So yeah.
Yep.
But time is getting is
Yep.
almost up, I think.
Yeah, but I can quickly throw one down, and then we're just gonna send it. So you have like the resupplier here. You can just plop it down, and what the resupplier does, it actually
Right. Dat begint volgende week. Hè?
so you can actually pick up the crates here that get dropped off at your tower, and they can actually deliver them, so you don't have to do anything by yourself. That's actually all it is. And if they skill up, they can walk faster. You know, it's
Yeah.
Every type of employee has his own thing. So
Right, so let's print this. Yeah, and I think that marks the end of our stream. But yeah, so next week, Steam Next Fest is coming, and our demo is part of that. So, you know, we really encourage you to try out the demo if you haven't before. And yeah, after that, I guess, then we release. And once again, the price will be 20 euros at full release, but it's going to be 10% off for the early access. So that's 17.99 euros. I mean, right? And it's a steal, I think.
Printed.
Yeah.
It has been printed, and we have gained the money. So as you can see, like we've already discussed this, but we made this a little bit easier, so you don't have to actually ace like a district all at once. You can revisit it later to get the subscribers that you missed out on.
Yeah.
And on the map itself, you can actually just continue your journey.
Yeah.
So it actually does unlock. But as you can see, like there's one little guy here that's sticking out as he's very lonely and he needs to he needs some company. So maybe you want to revisit this later to join his friends. And I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, we hope you've enjoyed our stream. We hope you're enjoying the game. Please, you know, join our Discord, give us feedback, interact with us. We really appreciate it, and we really learn a lot from it. There have been many things we've implemented or made us think about changing the game up a little. So feel free to do.
The roadmap.
Yeah, the roadmap. If you visit our, it's also on our Discord. It's on our Steam page. It's the early access roadmap. We've got some great features that are coming.
Yep.
You know, that we still are implementing. We have still big ideas on the rest of the game. We like what we got so far, but there's gonna be so much more amazing stuff in there and during our early access. So yeah, we hope you will join us.
And we really hope you will like what we're gonna do. So
yeah, I guess that's it.
I think that's it. So we still have, like we said, a little demo still up. So if you cannot wait for the early access release, you can check that out.
Yeah.
It's limited content, and a lot of the stuff you've seen here is not in there. But if you really can't wait, you can warm up there while you wait for the early access release, which is on the February 13th.
13th.
So
grab it while it's hot, and thank you for watching.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. And,
Right.
Thank you.
Bye bye.